So here's another one. So let's say that another value that I have really high. I mean, I've always valued taking risks. Stepping out of my comfort zones and doing things that are seemingly uncomfortable for me with the recognition that I'll grow somehow. So that's a high priority. That's a value of mine. Another value, so we'll go back to my health value as well. Now, let's pretend for a second that I value taking risks a lot higher than I do my health and well-being, my safety and well-being. If my friends call me up, or my son, who he would call me up all the time to do this. If he called me up and said, "We're going skydiving tomorrow, do you want to come?" What's my easy decision?
Well, I don't know, what else are you supposed to be doing?
What?
Do you have any other plans?
Okay, eliminating everything else. Good point. If I eliminate everything else.
Because I'm thinking, if I can clear my schedule.
See, can you see how that works? We're constantly weighing, prioritizing, but if we have a clear picture of what is the order of them, then that's what we do in every moment, where we go, I value my friendship, so I'm going to talk on my phone more than I value, doing well in it, whatever. I value
adrenaline more than I value. No, I'm kidding.
You value adrenaline?
Well, I'm speaking for your son. He values adrenaline more
Yeah.
than he values his health, apparently.
It's not a hard decision. The thing, when I did this the first time, and I spent probably 3 weeks, and I went up into a cabin, and my brother lived in this really, really gigantic cabin near Sundance. And I took all of my wisdom literature, and I thought, this is what they told me to do. Some guys who I really respected said, do this, what I'm sharing with you. Do this for yourself. And I did this for about 3 weeks. There were no phones back then. There was a TV, but it had a satellite that was about the size of half of this room. I mean, it was and it didn't work half the time. So all I had was me, nature, and my books. And I read and read and read and thought and thought and thought and just kind of meditated. And I came up with this list. And then I prioritized it just like we're doing. And I found out that inner peace was my number one value back then. More important to me that I am peaceful than anything else. And so I always weigh everything I did on, will this ultimately lead me to inner peace? And I had a really clear idea of what inner peace meant. Now, since then, inner peace is a little bit lower, but it's still really high on my list of priorities. So when I make a decision now, it's like, okay, just like you did. Which of these, how do I weigh these all? And am I realizing my highest ones first? And if I do, then it's an easy decision. Can you see how that works?